Hello everyone. So in this video we're going to see how to apply material and properties to elements or components in Hypermesh. So we have some 2D and 3D elements here. In order to apply the material, we first have to create a material collector. So we can do this by going to this white area here on the top. We can right click and select create and then material. So I'm going to name this material steel. So for steel, the E, G, and U values are present by default here. And if you want to create some other material, then you have to again click create. You can define some other material. Suppose I'm defining aluminum. So for this material, you have to input the E, G, and U value on your own, as this is not present in by default in Hypermesh. So this EG and new value for steel is given for reference on what is the unit for these values when you create some other material. Suppose as you see this E value for steel is given 2.1 into 10 to the power 5, and as you know the E value for steel is 200 and around 210 gigapascal. So this is the reference which you can use to know the unit which is there, which you will use for other materials to input the EG and U values. So now you can go inside here. Suppose we are going inside the steel material collector. So we have the option to switch the card image also. So you can select different card images based on the material you are going to use. Suppose it's mat 1 for isotropic, mat 2 for anisotropic, etc. Okay. So this is how we can define the material collector in Hypermesh. Now to define the property collector, we have to do the similar process. We can select create and we can go to property and it will create a property collector here. We can name it some whatever, like we can name it shell property. So here you have the option to edit the card image of the property. As you can see, P shell is used for 2D or shell elements, and we have P solid which is used for 3D or solid elements. So you can select, suppose we are selecting P shell here, and we have to give the thickness. Suppose we have given the thickness as 3 mm. Now we'll define one more property. Now we'll create a solid property. Then we have to change the card image here. So this card image tells Hypermesh what kind of element it is, whether it is shell element, solid element, weld element, etc. So we have to change the card image. Solid, yes. Okay. Then we have to define the material here also. So we'll select steel here, the material. Okay. Similarly, we have to define the material in shell element also. We'll select steel here. Okay. Now, how to apply these material and properties to elements? So as you can see, we have a shell element, quad elements. So we'll go to this, select this quad element collector, and here as you can see, there's a field for property and material. So we'll select the property and we'll select the shell property here. It will automatically apply the shell and steel property to this element. Similarly, if you want to apply property to a 3D element, you can see this hex element. We can go to the collector of this hex element and we can select the solid property from the property field in the hex element, and it automatically applies the property and material. So this is how you can apply property and material to elements or components in Hypermesh. Thank you.